your boy Johnny B. Just hanging with my boy, really good friend Mark Isham. You know, I do this thing, Johnny Britt and the turntable, up close and personal, and I can't tell you what you mean to me, and you know, just all the years. You know, just to let you guys know, we're about to practice. We got the horns here. And, you know, we just kind of hang and we talk about the music and life. And I just had this idea before we hit. This is the 100th birthday of Miles Davis. Yeah. And I want to say that I think that that's one of the things that brought us together, you and I, because of our love for Miles. Yeah. And I think even like the way both of us approach the horn. You know, we're not playing high A's and double C's.
Although, you know, I listened to Miles at Carnegie Hall, the My Funny Valentine you know, sessions.
Oh, yeah.
He's up there on the G's and the A's, man.
He is.
You know,
he is.
When he needs them and he wants them, he's got them.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What I was telling you is, you know, I went to France. I just got back from France not that long ago. And I saw, I speak fluent French, as you know, because I studied there. I bought like 5 French books, you know, because I'm just like forcing myself to read French, you know. So I just finished reading John Coltrane book in French now. Mind you now, this is
my hat is off.
No, man, this is some serious stuff. And so I'm just starting the Miles Davis. I was gonna do the Duke Ellington. I started reading that. I said, no, let me read the Miles.
Your autobiography?
Yeah, the autobiography, because I have that, and Billie Holiday, Duke, and whatever. But I said, let me go to Miles, you know, because that's something that, you know. And
all right. So how do you say "get up on the one" in French?
Get up on the one.
That was one of Miles's quotes in that book. You gotta get up on the one.
Faut que tu viennes sur la un.
There you go, baby.
Yeah. Because like in French, sometimes they're not direct translations. They're, you know, around the corner, you know, the way you cannot say it. But it was just fascinating, you know. Again, I just read the Train book. I'm reading the Miles book, and just, you know, this Train book was just like, oh my gosh. I mean, it was just amazing. I mean, these cats, Train was playing all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, like, all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and I do feel that little period with Miles, with that kind of blue, and right in there, that was it.
It was a turning point for American music.
It was.
It really was.
It was. Yeah. It was. And I mean, and Miles loved Train.
I can believe it.
He loved Train.
I can believe it.
And when Train, you know, decided to go on his own, I mean, you know, Miles was hurt. Yeah. You know, and of course when he died, you know, he was really, really hurt. Yeah. But getting back to Miles, yes, I'm reading this book, and it's his anniversary, and I just kind of want to, you know, you're the Miles guy, and, you know, and I know that you have a whole lot of knowledge, and I'm reading the book, and I love Miles, and you know, we love Miles. We just want to talk about, you know, the journey and just different little things that, you know, he did. You know, I think I told you this. There's this new, we're talking to the great composer here, Mark Isham, but they're doing a new movie on Miles.
With Juliet.
Juliet Greco, yeah. And I got the call to actually train the lead actor, Damson Idris. Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, I had some sessions with him, you know, showing him how to, you know, he's really beautiful cast. I mean, he looks like Miles. He's got a real nice thing. And, you know, I got him hooked up, so they're in Paris now filming. But, this Miles Davis thing is just like, it's just phenomenal. You know, the horn on how he did his thing, you know, coming up in East St. Louis. And, you know, he started there, and he loved Dizzy. He loved Bird. When they came, and when we went to New York, he says, I got to find Dizzy and Bird. I got to find Bird. That's what he said. Yeah. In the early 40s, 40s, whatever it was, 43. And he looked all over for Bird. Yeah. He looked all over Bird. And then it seemed like he was someplace, and one day, you know, somebody walked up behind him And he said, I heard you've been looking for it. It was Bird.
Yeah.
It was Bird, you know, and he just like, you know, went with Bird everywhere. And you know, he was playing all that stuff.
Yeah.
The bebop stuff. And I think maybe Dizzy couldn't make a date or something. And Miles stepped in, but they were like inseparable. He came to West Coast with Bird and the whole thing. But he just found his voice.
Yeah.
Miles did.
Yeah.
You know, through all those, and he could play all the changes and
Oh,
the
yeah.
bebop and all that stuff. But then I think I'm just getting into this chapter now of the birth of the cool. I'm just reading this stuff right before, you know, you're hooking up. And it's talking about how that came about with Gil Evans.
Yeah.
You know, because he's playing all this stuff with Max Roach and Bird and them cats. And then, but these cats, now you're talking about Miles playing up the A's and the G's, but these cats were playing every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they were playing. Miles was, I mean, they were playing like 5 days, times a week or whatever, but they were in it.
Yeah.
I mean, like really knee deep in it. And so I don't feel so bad. Because I mean, we can play, but you know, we're not playing like that. Yeah. You know, these cats were like chomping and just like really, really killing. But he met Gil Evans and you know, Jerry Mulligan and them cats. And they and this, I think Jerry Mulligan said that Miles was hustling for gigs. You know how we hustle for gigs? Hey, to the baked potato. Hey, can we get a gig? Miles was doing that kind of stuff before he like really, you know, blew up. So he got you know, some gigs over on 42nd Street or whatever with you know, with Gil Evans.
Oh wow!
And the idea was he wanted to do like a smaller version of a big band kind of thing. He didn't want the whole big band thing because he had already played with Billy Eckstein and I guess Dizzy's band and Bird's band and big bands because they were, you know, going places and they were dancing. But then when this whole birth of the cool came, you know, when he met Gil, Miles told Gil, like, I want it to be like a choir, like voices, choir, right? And they even said they used to go over to Gil Evans' house. Maybe it was 52nd in a basement somewhere, and just work out, you know, stuff. And they said, okay, we're gonna have a tuba. We're gonna, you know, they were just gonna have French horn, whatever it was, just that sound that they had, you know. And Gil was really, Miles would tell him, and Gil was the cat. Yeah. You know, he was the cat, and Miles was just like painting the picture on top of the canvas. Yeah. You know, so that's how all that stuff went down. But anyway, after they were like working on all that stuff, I think Miles got that ensemble a gig, you know, just to kind of work the stuff out. You know, and I heard it didn't sound that good at first, but they just kept working it out. And then they had, you know, these guys are doing these things like in 3 recording sessions.
I know.
And these are masterpieces, you know, because going back to the kind of blue record, those are probably 2 or 3 sessions. Yeah. 3-hour sessions or double sessions.
2 or 3 takes.
Something, yeah. Oh yeah. But it's crazy. We're talking about that because I know Michelle Coltrane. This is John Coltrane's daughter. I went by her house one day, and she's got, you know, like the call sheet for a session. Okay, we're at CBS. We got John Coltrane on there. We got Cannonball. You know, it's like double scale for this guy. I mean, it was like the call sheet, and I saw the call sheet. Wow. The call sheet for Kind of Blue, right? You know? So I'm just thinking, I'm sure I know they're getting mad sound exchange money, like the families, you know, because they weren't the writers, they were the artists. Miles was the feature, but thank God for sound exchange. You know, people that didn't write the songs are now they're playing on the songs, they're getting royalties and stuff. So I'm sure that's really cool. But but I was just. You know, they got, you know, a couple $100 for the session.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, you know, it was funny, man. And that was deep. But just this history, man, that we're in with this music. And I'm so glad that I chose the trumpet. How about you?
You know, believe it or not, I first heard it in a church.
Oh, really?
And that glorious sound of the high clarino trumpet playing Bach and stuff like that. In a church, it just sent chills down my spine and the hair on my arm, all that stuff. You know, I just said, boy, if I can create that effect for somebody else that's just been created for me, that's what I want to do.
Was this before you started playing trumpet?
Yeah.
Before,
yeah. And my mother was a violinist, so she had stuck a violin in my hand. I could play fast, but I had a shitty vibrato, so it didn't sound very good. And then I said, I want to play trumpet. She said, well, you can play both. How about that? And then I was first trumpet in the orchestra, first trumpet in the band, and she said, okay, you can play trumpet. But then I heard Miles.
And you heard Miles.
And that was it. I said, if I can do that glorious call, you know, it's a spiritual experience, actually, you know. And I can be sexy as a motherfucker.
Absolutely.
And whisper in a woman's ear. And do both on the same instrument.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's it. And I don't think there's very few instruments that have that breadth of emotion.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. You want to know why I started playing trumpet?
Yeah, I do want to know.
Because it had 3 valves.
And not all those other buttons.
I saw the clarinet saxophone. I said, I can't remember. The trombone had a slide. That's weird. I saw the 3 valves. That's exactly why I chose to play the trumpet.
Yeah, well, smart move.
Yeah, it was a smart move. No.
Even though it's harder than
it's the hardest instrument in the world.
You really think that through. It's only got 3 valves, and it's got to play all the notes.
It really is. It really is. And you know, it's funny that you were talking about how sexy the horn is, and you get to speak, to women's ears with it and stuff. In this French book I'm reading, and they were just like talking about how Miles, he was beautiful. Il était beau, you know. He was beau. The trumpet was beau, you know. It was beautiful. The tone was. I mean, his dress, everything was just elegant and regal about Miles. I mean, everything. I mean, you know.
He has such a sense of showmanship, even though he was cold on stage. He still had such a sense of showmanship and PR and marketing, even though he would never admit it. I'm sure. Yeah. But it made him an icon, you know, in every single way. His look, his sound, everything.
Wow. Because it was funny, because like, you know, he was hanging under Lester Young and Dexter and drum player. You know what? The cats that he was just like really admiring.
Like Fats Navarro, some of those
early cats, you know. And I'm just saying, and Diz. Yeah. You know, but I'm just saying, you know, he took his thing and obviously, you know, made his own voice, you know, out of simplicity, melodic, and then he went from playing changes to not playing changes, all the modal stuff and electronic stuff. I mean, got to give it to him.
Absolutely.
I mean,
still my biggest influence. To this day.
To
this day.
He really is. He really is. But I just thought about it. It's Miles' 100th birthday, and I know we're both big fans of Miles, and I just thought it was really hit for us to just give credit where credit is due. Yeah. You know, thanking Miles for paving the way for us.
Absolutely.
You know, paving.
I came across a great quote the other day. Yeah. I don't know it verbatim, but it's basically Miles says. There's no such thing as a wrong note. It's the note you play after that makes it right or wrong.
You're right.
And that's sort of a great just thing in life, you know. You can make a mistake, but it's what you do afterwards that makes it good or bad.
Well, it's funny that you would say that because my current album is called Midnight in Paris.
Right.
You know, it's Parisian influence. But my album before that is called After We Play. And this is how how I got the title? Yeah. Because a reporter or somebody was saying something to Miles. And he said, I'll tell you after we play. He said, I'll tell you after we play. I said, that's the title of my album.
I'll take that one.
Yeah, he said, I'll tell you after we play. So, man, I just wanted to, say how much I love playing with you, man. And, I love your new album. You got that new album. What's the name of the new album?
At the Carousel Club.
At the Carousel Club. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you are back. All the stuff that you've done, man. Back in the day, and just your vibe and approach. And one thing I will say to both of us, we're in competition with ourselves. Because you just got finished telling me about a cat. I was getting ready to show you another cat that's just like G, like double G's, like this, and circular breathing and everything. And it's cool.
Yeah.
But don't put the horn down. Do not put the horn down because we got something to say.
Absolutely.
We got something to say.
Absolutely.
And I'm just glad that you know, that we're continuing to say it
Yeah.
on the real, you know, as I get older and I know as you get older, you know, it's just a blessing to be able to, like you said, pick up that horn and make that tone and then melodies, you know, and really like the simple is better, you know. I mean, my thing, it really is. So. Yeah, it really is. So. And hey, you know, kudos to the cats that and you know, we'll keep shedding, but kudos to cats that, you know, got all of that.
Yeah.
But this right here, you know, and Miles is a testament of that, man. It was like, yeah, I heard Miles chomping up there.
Yeah.
I heard him. I heard him. But bro, it's always a pleasure, man.
Pleasure.
It's your boy JB, my boy Mark Isham. Peace and love, y'all. Keep it real.